Hello. Welcome to my room. It has clouds on it. Anyway, there were a couple things from the reading that caught my eye. Most of them are from chapter 2, so that's what I'm going to focus on. Chapter 2, page 26, it says, "We usually learn faster from pain than from pleasure." And I thought this was really interesting and worth talking about because it just kind of points out how we focus on pain more than we do on pleasure. We focus on bad things more than good things. Not that we don't like good things, obviously we do, but unless it's something really, really good that it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, usually we just push that off and move on to the next thing. But if you burn your hand on the stove, you're gonna remember that forever because you're not gonna put your hand on that stove again. And I think that's really interesting that we are programmed, not programmed sounds like a wrong word, but that we think of the bad things more than we think about the good things. And then there was another part in the chapter a little earlier on that was really interesting to me. On page 20, it says, over the course of evolution, animals that are nervous, driven, were more likely to pass on their genes, and these inclinations are now woven into our DNA. Even when you feel relaxed, happy, and connected, your brain keeps scanning for potential dangers, disappointments, and interpersonal issues. And I think that really caught my eye most out of this chapter because it just kind of explains why we're all so easy to worry and we're so anxious about stuff, which kind of hits me a little too close to home because I have anxiety. But yeah, it's interesting that it goes back so far. Okay, later on page 23, it says, "One aspect of the negativity bias is so important that it deserves particular attention, the special power of fear. Our ancestors could make two kinds of mistakes: one, thinking there was a tiger in the bushes when there wasn't one, and two, thinking that there was no tiger in the bushes when there actually was one." Obviously that's not today because the tiger is not going to be in a bush, but it basically just goes on to say that our ancestors have programmed in our brains even today to worry about something that's not there rather than not worry about it and get hurt from it. And it's just so interesting that something so far back can affect how we think and how we go through life every day now. I mean, it's been years and years since a tiger has been in a bush that our ancestors would have been around to see. And I just think it's interesting that our brains are literally programmed to worry about something that's not there. I mean, today people are like, "Oh, don't worry about it. If it's not there, what are you worrying about?" But reading this was so interesting because it's literally it's programmed into our brain. There's nothing we can do about it. It's part of our brain structure. That's how we think. And I just think that was the most insightful thing I read.